What's up guys, it's Spark Flips here, and today I've got my entire Squid Industries lineup, as you can see right out here, because I'll be ranking each and every single one of them in two different ways. Firstly, I'm going to rank them based on their flipping capabilities, and secondly, just based off the value you get. So it's kind of a combination of the price and the flipping you get out of the knife. So to get started, let me just say that I do not have every single squiddy or the madko or the tsunami. I have the squiddy, squiddy B, and the squiddy owl. Those are the only ones I have. Everything else I should have in the lineup of the Squid Industries, products. So let's get right into it. To start things off, we've got the squiddy. So I'm gonna rank these just based off of their flipping capabilities, nothing to do with the price. We'll get into that later. We'll do a ranking of the prices later. But yeah, the squiddy, definitely going to be the worst one out of all of them here for sure. It's just not great in any way. It really isn't. This is like the one knife that you probably should just avoid from the lineup, is just the normal squiddy. Now, I know they did update it a few times. This is an older one. This one's from like 2019, so there's no logo. I know they added the logo to it, but I don't know if it's much different. It's still not great though. So yeah, definitely just stay away from the squiddy. So that's going to go in the trash to start things off. Secondly, we've got the squiddy B. Now this is a much better option than the squiddy in every way. Basically, the weight distribution is a lot better, and this is actually not a bad choice at all. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the only bad knife is really just the squiddy that they sell. Everything else is great. Like, this squiddy B is honestly nice. It's a really good flipper. And yeah, so this is gonna go second to last place, but definitely a much better knife in terms of its flipping capabilities than the squiddy. So yeah, that's gonna go right next to it. Next up, another squiddy. Wow, 3 squiddies in a row. We've got the squiddy owl. Now again, these aren't even bad. Like, the squiddy owl is amazing. It's a great flipper, great weight balance. I do have trouble doing fans sometimes, but you do have the option to add weights onto the eyes here, which could help with that. So, but yeah, I mean, the squiddy owl is honestly just a great flipper, great beater. It doesn't have the greatest tolerances ever, which is the one downside I would say about it, but everything else is just a very standard, very blocky Balisong. So yeah, that's gonna come right after the 2 other squiddies. Much bigger upgrade though, a much better knife. You're pretty much metal's always going to be better than plastic. That's just kind of how it is. Next up, we've got the Mako. Let me just say that I've beaten this thing so much, as you can see here. Let me just get a close up on this. I haven't really shown much, but like, wow. I have dropped this thing probably well over 100 times on concrete, and it has kept its tolerances so well. There's no tap. Maybe a tiny bit, but like, there's no tap at all. No, there's no tapping. It's insane. So yeah, if there's one thing you'll get out of the Mako, it's that it's a great beater. And yeah, but other than that, I mean, it's a great flipper too. Has decent grip. It is bead blasted though, so it's gonna like lose a little bit of grip in that category, but yeah, I mean, it's a good flipper. Decent weight distribution, I would say. And yeah, overall, definitely a good choice from Squid Industries. So yeah, that's the Mako V5. Next up, we've got an interesting one. Probably one of the most hated Balisongs from Squid Industries, I think. It's the Triton. This is the Triton V2. Honestly, the weight distribution on this is amazing. Like, that's the one thing I think it is really good at. Everything else, though, is just not good. It really isn't. The grip is horrible. There's really no grip other than these are like little ridges in here. These cutouts, but like, there's no jimping, there's nothing. It's bead blasted, so it's going to be very slippery. But honestly, if you put that aside, it's really good though. Like, if they made a Triton with good grip, I think it would probably be one of their best Balisongs out there, honestly. So yeah, the Triton, great choice, really great choice. Obviously, I'm going to get into the pricing later. There'll be a ranking based on the price, and that'll be a different story for all these knives. It'll definitely change a lot, but yeah, there we go. Next up is the Nautilus. Nautilus is a very just overall fun flipper. Probably their most fun flipping product, And I think that's just because of how light it is. It's such a light, kind of just a graceful, it's like flipping a pillow, like flipping a cloud, you know, you're not really putting much effort into it. It has a really good grip. It's made out of G10. I know there's like different options, like there's carbon fiber. I'm not sure how that feels, so I'm just going off the G10 version, but yeah, really good grip. It's very soft. And yeah, I mean, good weight balance, very good. I mean, one of the most loved Balisongs from Squid Industries, so really not missing much here. It's just overall a very fun flipping experience. So that's the Nautilus V2. That's gonna go right there, right after the Triton. Next up is another very interesting one. Similar to the Triton, it's the Squid Industries Swordfish. It is the Swordfish. This is one of the most weird Balisongs that we've ever seen before. And yeah, I mean, it's just overall very weird. It is pinless design, meaning that all it relies on is this part to keep it open and not like slam the handles together. So that's like the one thing that people don't really like about it, because if this part gets damaged enough, then it will literally just, it'll have handle slap, and that's not fun. So yeah, just try to avoid beating this thing too much. But yeah, honestly, that Swordfish, I would recommend if you get this to add the weights onto the bottom. You can actually unscrew this, separate this part, and then you can put weights in there. I would just put one set of weights on each handle, and that'll make, I think it's just overall a better flipping experience. Obviously everyone's preferences are different, but yeah, I would just go for that. So yeah, adjustable weights is very nice though. And yeah, I mean, it's just a fun flipper though, good weight balance. It really just carries momentum well. And yeah, I mean, definitely recommend it. It's a longer blade profile. I think it looks very nice too though. So yeah, it's the Swordfish, going right after the Nautilus. I also have two Swordfishes too, by the way, because I love it so much. But anyways, next up we've got the last two here. These are the last two of my ranking based only on flipping capabilities. And that is the Swordfish and the Kraken. Swordfish V4 and the Kraken V3 are my last two choices. And you're probably wondering which one I think is better. And I'm gonna be completely honest, guys. It's a tie for me. It really is a tie for me. I just can't choose. I really can't choose a better one. They're really different and they're really good in their own ways. So yeah, I mean, I just kind of, I have to make it a tie. I will say though, overall, I think for most people, the Kraken is just going to be a better choice. I think it will be, because it's just a more standard weight and everything is just more standard about it. Whereas the Squid Trainer is a lot more heavy, but I think the Squid Trainer is just more fun though. It really is. It's just more fun. It does, I mean, in my opinion, I think I flipped the Squid Trainer better, although I've only had the Kraken for a few days, so I can't really comment too much on the Kraken. But I mean, yeah, the Squid Trainer, sorry, is a great choice for sure. But I mean, overall, I'd probably put the Kraken above it though, and I'm probably going to, just by a tiny bit, because I think just for most people, it's just going to be the better option. So yeah, there you go. That's the ranking based on just the flipping capabilities. Okay, now I'm gonna rank them based only off of the value you're gonna get, which I think is probably what more people are interested in. So if you skipped here, well, let's just run through it real quick. So it's just gonna be the same as before, except based only off of the value you get. So basically just like how it flips compared to how much it costs, and if it's worth it, I would say. So let's just get right into it. Again, we're gonna start off with the Squiddy. It's just not worth it. $55, I'm pretty sure, is really overpriced for what you're getting here. I'll have the prices on the screen just so I'm not mistaken, but I believe it's $55. Not a good choice at all, as I said before. It's just bad weight balance. Can't fan at all. And yeah, not a good knife to start on. Next up, we got the Triton, which is very overpriced for what it is. I mean, it's a bearing Balisong, no grip. And there's just so many better options now, which I think is why it got discontinued. So yeah, let's move on to another one, which is interesting, but it's the Nautilus. I would say the Nautilus, again, I said it was very fun, but I think it's just way overpriced. This is $220. This one was $255. Obviously this one's like a little bit more modified, a little more customized, but yeah, $100 or $220 I believe is the cheapest you're gonna get for a Nautilus. And yeah, I mean, a bit overpriced. Again, a very fun flipper though, but what you're getting is just not worth $220. There's better options out there for the price. So moving on from that, the Mako. Again, honestly, we're getting into a better category. This is a much more value. You get much more value out of this. There's a lot more value in the Mako, a lot more grip. It's cheaper than the Triton, weirdly enough. And yeah, I mean, it's basically just a Triton with more grip. I would say, again, as I said before, I think the weight balance is just better on the Triton. But I mean, overall, the value you're getting out of this is way better than the Triton. So go with the Mako if you're looking between these two. The Mako or the Triton, get the Mako. Moving on from that, we've got the Swordfish. I believe this Swordfish is $175 for all models. And I mean, I think this is a decently valued product. I mean, it's really not too overpriced. I think it's just a good price for what it is. It's very unique. You're not gonna really find anything like this. So yeah, the Swordfish, I don't know what else you want to say. There's adjustable weights. And again, yeah, I bought 2 of these because I think it's a great flipper. Matches my preferences nicely, so I got 2. Moving on, another interesting one is the Kraken. Now you thought I would probably rank this higher, but I do think the Kraken is maybe a little bit overpriced for what you're getting, like the value you're getting out of it. Now I'm not gonna say you're gonna be like let down if you do buy this for $220 and like have it. I mean, you're probably gonna love it still, but I think there's just better options for like the value you're gonna get from a Squid Industries knife. So yeah, but the Kraken is great, obviously. Probably one of the most loved Balisongs of all time, so you're not gonna miss anything with this. But moving on to some better valued Balisongs, which is gonna be crazy to you, but I am ranking the Squiddy Bee higher than the Kraken. How weird is that? But I think it's just because how cheap it is and what you're getting for it. Like the flippability of this Squiddy Bee is very great. And yeah, I didn't really know where else to put the Squiddy Bee, but I mean, it's just like it's more budget friendly Balisong. And if you're looking for something like under $60, then I would definitely go with the Squiddy Bee. So yeah, I mean, it's literally the only thing they have that is even close to a metal Balisong. Obviously nothing's gonna be close to a metal Balisong if it's plastic, but I mean, it's just a fun flipper, and for less than $60, I don't know. I think it's the best thing you can get from Squid Industries for sure. Now next up, we've got the Squid Trainer V4. And honestly, I think this thing is probably priced exactly where it should be. I think it's $165 for the base model. And I think that's the perfect price for this, honestly. You get a lot of value out of this. This thing will last you forever. And you really won't be let down by the Squid Trainer. I don't think there's going to be anyone that's going to be let down by the Squid Trainer. It just does everything you want it to do. It carries weight perfectly. And yeah, $165, I think it's pretty good value. Has really good grip to it. As you can see, this finish on it has amazing grip. But yeah, that is the Squid Trainer. And lastly, probably some of you saw it coming, but it is the Squiddy Owl. The Squiddy Owl, I think, is just the best value you can get out of a product from Squid Industries. It is $85, I think, at the cheapest. And I mean, it's metal. It's probably the best thing you're gonna get for the price, I think. So yeah, I mean, that's the video. This thing does have adjustable weights as well in both parts. It has 2 parts. You can adjust the blade weight and the handle weight, which is very nice. So yeah, I mean, the last thing, Squiddy Owl, I think is the best value you're gonna get out of a knife from Squid Industries. Anyways though, guys, that is the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you agree down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.